Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are here with another makeup related video. So today's video is going to be a first impressions. None of the products that I'm trying are necessarily like new to the market, but they're just products that I've wanted to try that I've heard a lot of buzz about, and I'm finally getting around to trying them. So they're not like new products, but they're new to me. So I have a foundation from Makeup Revolution that I want to try. I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I have Benefit's Roller Lash, which yes, I know this has been on the market for like forever, but I've never tried it, and I actually bought it for my sister for Christmas, and she told me that it's an awesome mascara, so I'm finally trying it. I also have an e.l.f. palette, one of these bite-sized palettes that like everybody's been raving about since they came out. I think this palette is new. Like this is the pumpkin pie. I think it's a newer style, so I'm super excited to try this. And then lastly, I'm going to try, this is from the brand Mellow Cosmetics, and it's a matte liquid lip paint, which again, I know that like liquid lips are kind of old news, but I really like them, and I always try to find some that are long lasting that don't dry out my lips horribly, so we'll see how this works. I'm very excited to try this as well. I feel like this is going to be a very fall vibes tutorial, even though it's August 8th today, but whatever, I'm like in such a fall mood right now. I'm like dying to watch Harry Potter. I'm like rereading The Sorcerer's Stone. I'm very excited for like the fall scents and apple picking and all of that like stereotypical Instagram social media fall stuff. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. So, all right, let's jump into the first impression. So I'm going to start out with priming my face. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which I really like this. I've noticed every time I use it that my foundation really does seem to last a little bit longer than it would if I used a different primer or just no primer at all. So I'm just going to take a little bit from the pot, and I'm looking in my gigantic Morphe bronzer mirror as usual. This mirror is so good. And it's like wicked lightweight, so it's not like, you know, with eyeshadow palettes, like they typically will have like a decent mirror, but like they're so heavy to pick up. I like that this is cardboard and it's just really lightweight, so you can maneuver it easily. So I've just put some on my forehead. I'm going pretty much all over my T-zone, where I have the biggest pores. Okay, so while I let the primer on my face set, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes, which I typically always like to do my eyeshadow before I do my face, just in case there's any fallout from the eyeshadow or like, you know, glitter particles that like to drip down your face and get everywhere, and then you've got a sparkly face that sometimes is good and then sometimes looks like a disco ball. I'm gonna take, this is from Essence, this is the I Love Color Intensifying eyeshadow primer. Put a little bit on each of my eyelids. Alright, so next I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. eyeshadow. This is in the shade Pumpkin Pie, or the color scheme Pumpkin Pie, but look at how beautiful these colors are. These are definitely like my kinds of eyeshadows. I love like copper tones, like orangey, copper, bronzy shades. I just find that they go really well with my eye color. Also, like, who doesn't like pumpkin pie? Like, who doesn't look at something that's labeled pumpkin pie and not just have a happy feeling? I love pumpkin pie. Some people aren't, you know, huge fans, and that's fine, you do you, but pumpkin pie is like a staple for my family on Thanksgiving. So I'm going to start out with this shade right here at the end. It's like a neutral orangey brown shade. You'll learn very quickly I am terrible at identifying like the right term for colors. Like, is it neutral? Is it warm? Also terrible at identifying scents. Like, if you ask me what something smells like, unless it's straight up like lavender or straight up vanilla, I'm at a loss. Or cinnamon. Cinnamon's usually pretty easy to pick out, but like anything else, I'm like, it could be lemon, could be orange, could be ragweed, who knows. I'm gonna start off with this orangey brownish shade. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. So I'm gonna use my JH30 big fluffy brush and just dip into this orange shade. Ooh, these right away have a lot of color that's picking up on the brush. I don't know if there we go. So I'm gonna tap off the extra and then just do windshield wiper motions in my eyelid, in the crease. Oh yeah, wow, that went on real pigmented. Jeez. And I didn't mention before, but these are literally only $3. All right, so once you have that all in your crease, also the shades aren't named individually, so I'm just going by how I would describe what the eyeshadow looks like, or I'll just point to it because, like I said, I'm really terrible at identifying like what kinds of shades there are. So next I'm gonna go in on all over my lid with this orangey copper tone right here. Which I'm so excited for. This just looks beautiful. I'm gonna take my JH41, it's just this really flat shader brush, and I'm gonna go in with that color. Oh, and it picks up really nicely on the brush, look. It picked up really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the lid. Oh yeah. That is a nice shade. Let me try, I'm gonna spray it with, this is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. I'm gonna go ahead and just give that a little spritz. I definitely have the fall pumpkin pie vibes going on in my eyes right now. Next, I'm gonna go in with that other matte shade, that like neutral brown shade right here. I'm gonna go in on the outer thirds of my eyes just to like give it a little bit more depth. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that brown color and just start swirling it around. So I'm taking it just a little bit into the crease, and then I'm gonna go back and blend it with that other matte color that was more orangey. All right, so I'm just gonna go back in with that orangey shade right here and just blend everything together. All right, so now the eyes are done, or at least the shadow on my lids is done. I'll go back and finish like the under eye after I finish the rest of my face. Next, I'm super excited because I'm gonna be trying out the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. So as you can probably tell, I don't have perfect skin, so using full coverage definitely wouldn't hurt. Not that you need to cover up your acne scars or, you know, not be comfortable with your acne. I'm definitely not uncomfortable leaving the house without any makeup on, but I do every so often, you know, just wanna cover some stuff up. So I'm excited to see if this really is full coverage. I know people have reviewed it on YouTube in the past and said that it works for them. So it's also, it dries matte, I believe, or has like a demi-matte finish, which is perfect because I have very oily skin. I prefer matte finishes than dewy finishes. So let's see. I also have this tendency to, every time I'm, you know, putting on makeup or, you know, trying a new foundation, I wear white. So we'll see, see if this gets on me. Hopefully I won't be that messy. So it has this huge doe foot applicator. I'm trying out the color F7, which might be too, no, we'll see. Might be too dark for me, but dot this all over my face. Actually, I don't think that's too dark. It probably will match my neck. I'm gonna go ahead and just, so I'm gonna start with one half of my face and see how that works. So I have it all on. I'm gonna use my Morphe M439 foundation brush. This brush is the bomb. So I'm gonna go ahead and just blend that out. Oh no, that's a really good color for me actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and just blend that out. I'm gonna go ahead and put some on the other side. So I noticed it covered up my initial redness really well. It looks like it's clinging a little bit. Sorry, my camera cut me off. As I was saying, I'm just covering up, putting a little bit extra on like the areas that need it, but honestly this definitely is like full coverage upon application. Obviously it's like not hiding my texture, but that's very hard to do with foundations anyway, but it definitely got rid of my redness. Also, this color, like, I'm glad I chose this color because I almost got a couple of shades lighter, and had I gone a few shades lighter, I probably would look a little bit ghostly. This actually looks a little bit too light compared to my neck, but it's fine. We're gonna blush and bronze it up, so it'll be all right. Okay, so I'm a little worried for this next part because I'm going to be trying out the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I picked the shade Light Beige, but I'm worried that it's going to be too yellow for my under eyes. But you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and try it, and then if it looks terrible, it looks terrible. And then I can just say it was the concealer. This also has a nice doe foot applicator. Man, I'm really feeling like that's gonna be way too yellow, but again, we'll see. And I heard that this is also very full coverage, and it has a satin finish. So we'll see, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply it. Oh, it's gonna be a little too yellow for my under eyes, but we'll blend it out and see how it looks, and then I can always add a little bit of the foundation to it to lighten it up. So I'm using, that smells interesting. I'm using, it says contour brush from Real Techniques, but I use it to blend out my under eyes. Actually, that blended out okay. It doesn't blend out super yellow. And I usually bring it past my eye to kind of get rid of some of that shadow. So clean it up a little bit. Okay, so it blends out really nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and just add a tiny bit more. And by tiny, I mean a shit ton more. Alright, so I was worried that that was gonna look like too yellow, but it looks nice. Let me zoom you in. It covered things up well. I mean, it does look a little bit yellow. It blends out really nicely, and it's not like, you know, a huge contrast between my foundation color. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my blush, bronzer, highlight, and eyebrows, and then I'll come back and finish up with the lip, the eyeshadow, and the mascara. All right, I'm back with brows, blush, bronzer, and highlight. For bronzer, obviously, I used my Morphe Glamour Bronze in Originator. I used for blush the Buxom Wanderlust blush in Ibiza. It's like this like neutral pinky color. And for powder, I used the Maybelline Fit Me Powder and Fair Light, which, to be completely honest, like every time I use a non-matte foundation, I always need to powder like multiple times throughout the day. Even like after I finish my makeup, like as soon as I do setting spray, like I can already feel like the oils coming through, so I need to use a powder and powder it afterwards. So we'll see how that goes today, but as of right now, like after my initial application of the concealer and the foundation, I didn't feel the need to powder. My face felt very matte. I don't feel oily at all right now, which is really good. So hopefully it stays that way throughout the day. We'll see. I'm gonna have to do a update on how that all went. Okay, so anyway, I have my brows on. Oh, for brows, I used the Maybelline Total Temptation brow definer, I think it's called. Yeah, brow definer in the shade medium brown. For setting, brow setting, I used the ColourPop Brow Boss gel. I always use those two products. And then for highlight, I used the Benefit Cookie Highlighter, which is so pretty, which gives you a very beautiful highlight. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my eyes. So I'm taking, this is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH39 brush. It's like this little pointy, dense shader brush, which I love to use for under the eyes. So I think I'm gonna mix the two matte shades in here and just run it under my eye. So here are my eyelashes. I think they look really, really nice. Just so you know, I do have already naturally long eyelashes, which I know I'm very lucky to have them. But the mascara, like it's holding the curl really well so far. So I like that the formula is not globby when you put it on. Like it's very thin. And it coats the lashes nicely, because you know how sometimes like mascaras, when you pull it out of the tube, it already has like a big glob of black mascara on your tube, and you kind of have to like wipe it away and then go ahead and coat your lashes. So I like how this looks. It was very easy to work with, and this is 2 coats on either eye. But for this last part, this is the Mellow Cosmetics liquid lip paint in the shade Auckland. It's like this dusty rose shade, almost like a mauve-y dusty rose. Like I said, I'm super bad at describing colors. I don't have a lip liner for this, so we're just gonna go ahead and straight up apply it. Oh, I like that already. This definitely also gives me the fall vibes. Okay guys, so my camera died before I was able to finish applying my liquid lipstick, but I do have to say, other than being absolutely in love with this color, this formula, oh my gosh, it's like not drying on the lips at all. It's very comfortable to wear. Typically with some liquid lipsticks, like as soon as you put it on, it like cracks and gets very dry and like sucks all of the moisture out of your lips, but this feels super comfortable and I'm loving this color. Definitely giving me all of the fall vibes, this entire look. Like I predicted in the beginning that it was going to be more of a fall look, but I don't even care. You know, September's next month, so we're getting there. But anyway, yeah, I'm super impressed with this Mellow Cosmetics. If you didn't know, Mellow Cosmetics is a vegan brand. It's located in Australia. Yep, they're vegan, they're cruelty free. So if you want to check them out, I'll leave a link to their website below. You can use the code MELLOW15 to get 15% off of your purchase. So go ahead and click the link below if you want to learn more about Mellow Cosmetics. So that's the end of this tutorial. By the way, I used my Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist to set my makeup, you know, after I finished applying the lipstick, but my camera died so I couldn't show you. But anyway, the foundation and the concealer still don't feel oily at all, so it's holding up really nicely. I will keep you updated in the description box below as to how all of this makeup wore throughout the rest of the day. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. I know today was a makeup tutorial, but I promise I will do a book-related video for next week. But until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye!